Prisma 6.7 just landed, and this is a very cool release if you are interested in using Prisma without Rust. We've been talking about this for a while now. Here's a post from back in January where we talked about how we're moving from Rust to TypeScript. We had a follow-up to that in March, an update on the progress of that work, and for the first time, we can now use Prisma without Rust. So this is a big deal for those who don't like that Rust binary situation, having to deploy that, some of the issues that come up around that, including latency, because we're serializing and deserializing between Rust and TypeScript. Now we are able to use the TypeScript-only version of Prisma. So it's in early access now, and we refer to it as the query compiler. So the query compiler is in contrast to the query engine. The query engine is basically the Rust binary, the standalone binary. And the query compiler is much leaner. It doesn't require that serialization and deserialization between Rust and TypeScript. So it's generally going to make things much simpler for everyone. Now, the key to using it is that we have to bring along a driver adapter so that we can do our work with Postgres or SQLite. Those are the two that are available right now. And the reason for bringing in a driver adapter is because the Rust engine, the query engine as we've known it, knows how to handle different databases. But if we're working with the query compiler, we need to add an adapter to tell Prisma how to work with that specific database. So all of the instructions are here in the release notes, but let's take a look at how to set this up. We've got a Prisma project here. We've got 6.7 installed. The first thing we'll do is add those preview features. So up here in the client block, let's add preview features. We want query compiler and we want driver adapters. We're working with Postgres in this example, so let's make sure we have the proper adapter installed. We can do npm install @prisma/adapter-pg. All right, cool. Adapter PG is in place. We'll get a look at how to work with this. We've got a really simple model here, just our user model. That's all set to go. And we've got a local Postgres database that we are working against. All right, why don't we start here by doing a migration. So npx prisma migrate dev, the name can be init. All right, migrations are applied. We've got all of our artifacts here in the generated directory, and that is defined in our output here. There's our output for the client. And so now what changes here is that we have to set up our adapter when we're working with our Prisma client instance. So let's start here by bringing in our Prisma client. We've seen this before. We're going to import Prisma clients. We're not going to go into @prisma/client. We're instead going to go into generated/Prisma. We've got our Prisma client here. Now, if we try to do a query, let's do users, const users, Prisma user find many. If we run this now, we're going to hit an error. npm run dev for that. And what we get is this message here, that we've got a driver adapter configuration that is missing. And the reason for this is over here in our schema, we have said we want the query compiler to be in use. So what we've generated into the generated directory for Prisma expects the adapter to be there. It expects the query compiler path to be taken. So let's fix that up. We can go over here and we can do import Prisma PG from @Prisma adapter PG. Then we need to get our adapter instance. So const adapter equals a new instance of Prisma PG. We need to pass it a connection string, and that's going to come from our environment file. And then into our Prisma client, we pass that adapter as some config. So we've just done that query, no records come back, and that's because there's nothing in the database just yet. But why don't we go see the database and we can really solidify what we just saw. First, I'm going to ask Cursor to please add some test data for the user model. All right, cool, we'll accept that. And Cursor was smart enough to know that we need to use the adapter in this case. I was kind of expecting it to just do the typical Prisma stuff where we'd import Prisma clients and use that directly, but Cursor has got us covered here. So just looking at this one more time, we are getting an adapter instance that is Prisma PG, so Postgres specifically, and then we're adding that into our Prisma client instance. All right, why don't we seed the database, npx prisma db seed. All right, cool. And then what we'll do is we'll look at our data coming out, npm run dev to get our data coming back from the database. So there we go. Now, if we happen to be using SQLite instead of Postgres, that is the other option that's currently available with the query compiler. And so what we do for that is we'd install the proper adapter. npm install @prisma/adapter-better SQLite 3. That'll get us the proper adapter. And then just like we did with the Postgres adapter here, we just need to add it as an instance, and it would look like this. We would, instead of having Prisma PG, we'd import Prisma better SQLite 3. That's going to come from the adapter, and then we'd have an instance of this. Then we would say that the connection string would be file dev.db like that if we like. Of course, we'd have to go and update our schema here to say that we're going to use SQLite instead of Postgres, but that's basically it. After that, we'd have a connection to our SQLite database. We'd be able to use Prisma Client just as we typically would. All right, so the last thing that we'll take a look at today for the 6.7 release is how the Prisma schema folder, a feature you might have been using, is now generally available. For a long time, it has been a preview feature, and we would need to opt into it by going here and saying Prisma schema folder like that. And this setup would give us the ability to come into our Prisma directory, add a new directory, maybe called schema, and then split up everything that is in the main schema file into multiple separate files here in this directory. So a very useful feature, and it's now generally available, so we can remove Prisma schema folder. And we should go over some breaking changes that happened at 6.6 that we'll need to consider here. The first one is that the main schema file here, schema.prisma, needs to live at the same level as the migrations directory that we've got here. Previously, we would have put this file into the schema folder next to everything else, but this needs to live at this level right next to migrations. Now, the other thing we've got to do is be explicit about where the schema directory is. So for example, we can come into our package.json file, come to the Prisma block, and we can say schema, and that's going to go into .schema, just like that. And with this, we can now go ahead and in our schema directory, add individual files. So perhaps something like finance.prisma, maybe another one, something like accounts.prisma. And now we can start to work with different models that are all going to tie up into an overall schema, but they're separated here for ease of use across teams. So go ahead and try out all these new features at Prisma 6.7. As always, you can find the release notes here at the Prisma repository in the Prisma org on GitHub. And if you have any questions, we'd love if you drop us a line. You can reach out to us on the web. We're at prisma.io, or on X/Twitter. We're at Prisma there. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to get more great Prisma content, we'd love if you'd hit subscribe. You can also join the conversation on Discord. We'll leave the link to that in the description. Thanks for watching.